everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all safe and well. So in today's video I am going to be talking about 30 things that I didn't know until I became a parent, and I've actually partnered up with Petits Filous in this video. They are a brand that I've known about since I was a little girl because I love their fromage frais and my kids love them too. Petits Filous have actually commissioned some research and they've basically been asking loads of parents like me and you what they didn't know about being a parent before they had kids, and there's loads of relatable things on there, and I think it's, you know, it's a good giggle. So if you would like to have a laugh with me and find out what we have all said across the nation, then keep watching. Number 1, you will spend all of your time tidying. Number 2, quiet is never a good sign. Number 3, you will never stop worrying again. Number 4, and this one's a good one, you will really understand unconditional love. Number 5, wipes are essential. They're basically a parent's best friend. Number 6, there is no such thing as privacy anymore. Number 7, children are always...
Can I have a snack? Thank you.
Always...
Mama, can I have a snack? Thank you.
Always hungry. Number 8, standing on Lego with bare feet is absolute agony. I should know. I have done it many a time and I'm sure I will do it again. Number 9, there is no reasoning with a toddler. I speak from experience. We had a particularly lovely tantrum on our walk this morning. It's delightful. Number 10, you can never take your eyes off the ball. Number 11, you finally know what it feels like to be absolutely exhausted. Number 12, sadly, there will always be marks on the walls and always stains on the carpet. But we just have to remind ourselves that one day we will have that lovely show home of our dreams. But today is not that day. Number 13, unfolding a pram or a buggy is really a lot more difficult than it looks. You basically need a degree. Number 14, you would genuinely rather stay in on a Saturday night. Number 15, seeing your child eat something healthy is one of life's greatest pleasures. Number 16, you no longer need an alarm clock. No, honestly, you don't need one. Don't bother. Don't set an alarm. It's pointless. Number 17, you will end up boasting about your child's achievements. You'll try not to be that overly proud parent, but you just won't be able to help yourself. Number 18, your life feels like it's got a great sense of purpose. Number 19, what other people think of you really doesn't matter anymore. Number 20, as much as it pains you to admit this, your mum and dad were mostly right about everything. Damn. Number 21, your other half is an amazing parent. And even though sometimes you might not want to admit that, and you fight and you argue and you're tired and you take it out on each other, sometimes you just step back and look at how amazing they are with your kids and you just feel pretty lucky. Number 22, you will be followed to the bathroom at all times. I mean, I can't quite remember the last time I had a wee in peace. Number 23, you will need to pick your battles. Number 24, your kids will like their grandparents more than you.
We want Granny! We want Granny!
Oh, it's alright, I only gave birth to you. It's fine, it's fine. Number 25, an undisturbed bath will be your biggest treat. Number 26, you will spend a ridiculous amount of time food shopping. Number 27, you will experience unflinching loyalty. Number 28, child number 2 will definitely have it easier. I will also say that I was the firstborn child, and that is definitely true from all angles. 29, hangovers are no longer manageable or indeed even worth it. And number 30, one that is particularly prominent now, you may no longer understand primary school maths. Might just have to Google that one. So that is the 30 things out of the way, and I relate to quite a lot of them. Like, not all of them, but I think every parent is different, and you know, that's something that we can actually all agree on. So from my perspective, I think one of the things for me, at least before I became a parent, when I was pregnant with Bill, he's my first child, is that the second I found out I was pregnant, I suddenly decided what kind of parent I would be. And I decided that I didn't like dummies, I wasn't going to do that, and I was going to try and breastfeed, and I was going to be very passionate about it, and I thought I was going to have a routine in place. I thought my baby would sleep because I would just know what I was doing, and my baby would never have tantrums, and my child would never scream no in my face, and my child would eat all of their lovingly prepared organic meals every single night. And I think that's the biggest learning curve about becoming a parent, is that you realise that once they are here, sometimes you will find ways of just getting through the day because it's really, really difficult. You will give in to things that you never ever thought that you would. Like, my youngest now has a dummy, and do you know what? Of all the things for him to have, the dummy is the least of my concerns, and you know, it keeps him happy. And I know that he's not going to walk into university with a dummy in his mouth, and I know that we will get there. And I think time is a wonderful thing because you learn so much. And then at the same time, every child that I have had, part of me still always feels like a new mum. Like with my eldest, he is the one that still does all of the first. So while he's doing a lot less first these days, because it slows down a bit once they get older, doesn't it? He's still the one that like keeps you on my toes, and suddenly I don't know what it's like when they start primary school, and I don't know what it's like when they do their key stage 1 assessments, and I don't know what it's like when they fall out with their friends, or you know, they're feeling worried and anxious about things. Like, suddenly I have all of these new challenges to face, and I think that I'm learning all the time, and that will probably be the same for the rest of my life, because they're always going to be my babies, and I think to some extent they're always going to need their mum and their dad for advice. And no, it's a funny journey. It is a funny journey. I relate to so much of that list, and some of the things I wish I could change. Like, I would love to have more privacy, and I would love to have more sleep sometime, and I would love to go to the toilet and not have my child, who is locked in a toilet cubicle with me, ask me if I'm doing a poo or a wee where other people could hear, because it's just mortifying. And I would love the tantrums to stop. I mentioned that we had a really awful one today, and we'd gone for a walk, we're trying to get our daily exercise in, do something nice together, and it just went wrong. And it took ages for us to calm Stan down, but the only thing that would calm him down was me carrying him and shushing him and stroking his back. And even though my arms were aching, even though I was hot and stressed and embarrassed, I still did it because I love him so much. And you know, it worked because he just needed his mum, and you know, it all worked out in the end. We fed some ducks, life went on, it was okay. Obviously, one of the things that Petits Filous want to highlight is the snack game, the food game. The fact that kids always want something to eat, and I know at the moment we've had to implement snack boxes at the moment to control how much they're eating during the day, and just like give them a bit of choice in the matter, but also limit like sneaky rummages through the cupboards, because they do work as a team and try and get one over me a lot. Now obviously Petits Filous is a brand that I have known about for years, since I was a kid myself. I'm 32 now, and it's like one of those brands that you just recognise, if that makes sense. Now, along with the traditional fromage frais that Petits Filous produce, they also have 2 other products that they've added to their range, which may be new to you. One of which is new to me, but one of which we have had before, and it is the Petits Filous no added sugar fromage frais, and they only contain the naturally occurring sugars that are found in fruit and yogurt, so they are a fantastic snack for kids, a fantastic item to put in your kids' lunchbox, or as a dessert with some fruit, and my kids absolutely love them. And in addition to their core range, Petits Filous also have their no mess bottles for on-the-go snacking. So again, they'd be perfect for lunchboxes, or for when you're going out and about and getting some exercise at the moment with your family. Just stick them in the bag, that's what we've been doing, and they can have their yogurt on the go, and then you can pop them in the recycling bin when you get home later as well, which is a positive. My kids really like these. I don't know if it's just because they're a little bit different, but they've been asking for those a lot, so I can definitely recommend those if you haven't picked those up already. Now obviously at the end of the day, when it comes to food and kids, it can be a bit of a battle sometimes. I feel like most of the time my kids, fingers crossed, are pretty decent eaters, but we have our issues all the time, like don't talk to me about onions and mushrooms, let's just not go there, because if an onion or a mushroom is discovered in any of our meals, we know we've got to fight on our hands. But when it comes to snacks, I always try and give them a mix of things that they really enjoy and things that are also really good for them as well. Petits Filous contains vitamin D and calcium, which is really good for kids' bones. So if you are thinking of something to give them a snack, maybe you need to get a little bit of work finished, or they're hungry and it's ages until tea time, Petits Filous is definitely something to look out for, and definitely a good choice for you and your kids. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to let me know down below in the comments any of the things that you didn't realise about being a parent before you had kids, because it's nice to have a little bit of a giggle at the moment. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you will take care and stay safe, and I will hopefully see you very soon. Bye!